Hey everybody, welcome to GARDNSOUND 365. This is the show where I write music every day for a year. Today is part 2 of our Deadmau5 series. We're going to be getting into some chords. If you don't know why I'm doing a Deadmau5 series or what I'm doing right now, or if you're behind in the show, go watch part 1. That came out on Saturday. I'm also going to link it at the very end of this video in the end card. It's also linked down below in the description. So rather than getting into a big introduction, we're just going to start off. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is warp this thing in. I already know it's at 128. Alright. I'm just going to double check my work to make sure that I'm on point. Alright, there we go. So everything's warped in at 128. I'm going to go ahead and save this project. 297 songs in a row every day without taking a break. So we've got a couple things in here. We've got a kick drum matched with an open hi-hat. That's why it sounds like it's percussive. Listen. We've got one synthesizer that's playing kind of a bass mid-range duty. And then we've got a guitar, electric guitar that's over top of everything, which is going to be fun. I get to grab my electric guitar and actually play a little bit today. Also got this kind of a breathy kind of I can't really imitate it. Probably sounds really ridiculous. I can't imitate what it is. We'll get there. There's also a boop, 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 kind of a Dutch lead. I believe that's what the industry term is here, and you can hear it here. There's also kind of a vocal thing there that's being modulated and manipulated, so we'll fix that as well. We'll get that in there. Oh man, I've got my work cut out for me. I've really only got about 2 hours to do this, so we need to get started. The reason I'm doing these in massive and not something more authentic like Monarch or a ladder filter synthesizer like a Moog is because I want people to be able to use these for learning. So I upload all of these to my Patreon. I had a question yesterday from the Deadmau5 subreddit whether or not somebody can look at the project file. The answer is yes. I give away all of these project files on my Patreon. It's only $2 a month. Go check that out. We're going to be leaving a little bit more detail in today's video because last video was apparently a little bit sparse. I don't like to give away all the details in my videos because I gotta have bread on the table, fam. So if you want to see everything, go to my Patreon and sign up. There's not so much attack on this. Okay, so as usual, I am a bit off. Now the thing is, again, I'm assuming it's one synthesizer. It's not. There's two. There's one carrying there's one carrying the higher voice and one carrying the lower voice. And they're slightly different. All right, so what we're gonna do now is see how far this goes, and I'm gonna form this out a little bit, just copying and pasting. Okay, cool. So I've got this figured out now. So the Deadmau5 synthesizer is officially done. So over time, we're gonna open up this filter so that it comes out a little bit better. What else we got in here? All right, let's get these drums figured out. All right. Now this kick is high passed for the first, like, I'd say half of the song. So I'm gonna stick a EQ8 on here and cut this off at like 180. Send it through a little bit of parallel compression, just a teeny bit. And the next kick is gonna have a lot of parallel compression on it. We've got to figure out this kind of, it's a sample. I don't know what sample it is. I have no idea what sample it is. And I'm not gonna be able to get it perfectly without knowing what the sample is. It's just impossible. You understand? Like, I can't, doing a paint by numbers only works if I know what the color is. And I have no idea what sample Deadmau5 used here because he hasn't released that as public knowledge.
Clap your hands, come on! Come on!
Alright, that's all the work I have to do on that right now, just because I need to move on. I'm getting myself distracted here and not doing things efficiently. What I'm doing now is figuring out where all these little sounds are. I'm really sick of Ableton not copying and pasting correctly. See, the problem is when you drag your mouse up near the top of the screen, it shows you what area you're selecting, but it doesn't always do it the same, and it fucking drives me crazy. Fix that shit. Yeah, it's one of those days where nothing's clicking correctly, and because I know I'm on a timeline, I'm making things shitty. Wish I didn't have to work. Alright, now I need a really sharp hat and a really nice splattery kind of snare. Let's use a clap snare from Lex. Might actually be a good idea. Now you might be thinking to yourself, a trap snare in a house song? It works. Alright, now let's see here. I need a better, I don't understand what the fucking synthesizer he's using is. I guess Massive just can't do it. What the fuck, man? 30 minutes left, guys. I don't have time. I don't have fucking time for this. Alright, now we're gonna juice the fuck out of it. Put a little bit of reverb on this. Alright, second line. There's a line of harmony on top of that. It goes. Two more guitar lines here. So here's the thing, when analyzing this song, we don't really know whether or not this is an A flat minor or A flat major. Either way, we're very close to the key of Brazil yesterday, which is kind of funny if you think about it. He tends to like those flat keys. Alright, take a minute to pause your screen, take a screenshot, do what you gotta do. We are in the key of A flat minor. I'll get to why we're in A flat minor versus A flat major in a minute. So we started on minor 1, okay? Which is A flat, C flat with an implied E flat. I'm dropping out the 5th on these chords because they're only thirds. Then we have a 6 chord, major 6, F flat, A flat. Now the reason I'm saying this is an A flat minor instead of A flat major is because a major 6 exists in a minor key already. So it's much more theoretically convenient and it makes more sense to treat this as a minor key. A flat, C flat, implied E flat. Then we have F flat, A flat to make that 6. That's that second chord that we hear right here. Our third chord, major 7. Then something interesting happens. That's a borrowed chord, but we can treat it as a major 1. So here's how the progression works. Minor 1, major 6, major 7, major 1 in a minor key. And then all you have to do to go from major to minor is take the C natural here, drop down a half step, and we're right back to the beginning. Yet another genius progression by our boy Joel. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. I am gonna go to work now and go work for 6 hours in the kitchen. And then I'm gonna come back and go to sleep, and I'll wake up and do it all again tomorrow. I do every Tuesday, I do an episode on how to make a specific style of music, so tomorrow is gonna be interesting. So make sure you tune in, and we'll conclude our Deadmau5 series on Wednesday with Strobe. As always, my name is GARDNSOUND. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all tomorrow.